Romans 8 verse 14. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. As mentioned before, I solved it qualitatively. Then when did you know that it was a draw? It is when there is a breakthrough in the quality. If you use this as a hedge, then after God's calculation, and when you make sure you can produce something extra, you will be blessed 100-fold. Admittedly, my sermons are full of revelation. The reason why it goes far beyond all preachers who sell their sermons, that's it. You know, it has nothing to do with talent. Aiden is showing this characteristic. In addition to being able to make a draw, there's also the creation of extras. As a result, he gets a supernatural multiply in terms of quality. If he wants to stop this phenomenon, it is easy. He has to be like Hillsong Worship, Integrity's Hosanna. Collecting royalties for each song is fine, but its faith will also be ruined. From the naked eye, how can it be regarded as a draw? How can quality and quantity be considered balanced and even produce something extra? It depends on whether a person can give birth to a supernatural multiply. After all, quality is the easiest thing to do. Why did I say this? The situation is like the phone's price. Some are small and light. It only sells for several tens of dollars, but some often cost thousands. What are the differences? Is it the quantity? It's quality. Quality improvement is the easiest to generate 100-fold blessings. Therefore, in terms of quality, compared to pastors of other churches in the world, my grades are simply unparalleled. It is because of the quality of the content of my sermons. Keep stacking up. The same is valid for worship songs, but, in the first part of the first momentum, the quality of multiplication isn't as good as it could be. As I said, some of the participating ministers failed to make a draw, because they don't know how to calculate like me. However, I will tell Aiden what to pay attention to when serving. Of course, I did not give him such rich and detailed teachings, but at least everything he does, I will teach him how to do it. In this way, he can go beyond a tie. As a result, the quality also rises. In fact, if you can make a qualitative leap, this must be a supernatural phenomenon from God. Within the scope of eSong creation, the qualitative leap can make people agree that this is an oracle song. Could this be human power? Wow! This week's Sunday new song reached the level of the oracle. Human power cannot do it, so the Creator must rely on God. And raising quality to such a state is something extra that is born beyond negative numbers. The maintenance of quality comes from our good mentality to face the additional increase brought by sowing seeds. Otherwise, it will only be destroyed. Personally, after decades of preaching, can I pass the following years after the first 10 years? No, or after 20 years, I will be able to face it calmly. Neither. And indeed, when you grow up, challenges and tests will never end. God will constantly add problems to your life. So, you must have a qualitative improvement. This is the first wave. If you can maintain it and have a new and broader character, then, there can be a second wave of improvement. To be sure, everyone knows that on the inspiration of my sermons, it can be said that no one can compare with me. What's the explanation? Because if you ask questions at any time, I know how to answer them. Moreover, it is an answer you have never heard before. It is very new and very philosophical. It is also consistent with the truth. Where do these come from? Inspiration. So, what is inspiration? Didn't I say that inspiration comes from your personalities moving? Therefore, if you have rich inspiration, that's because you have a rich personality. In other words, my inspiration is increasing. My character has become more abundant, and Aiden is just like me. Maturity is one of the traits that can make the character richer. Therefore, having a mature character in the right place is perfect. When composing songs, you can be full of inspiration. However, if you do not have a rich character, there will be no rich inspiration. If your personality remains unchanged, the inspiration will stay somewhere. On the contrary, if the personality is changing and not far-fetched, you will have endless inspiration. At all, even TV stations have many far-fetched programs and dramas. This is also the case in movies. Even the MCU series movies have far-fetched plots. Sometimes, the workforce will be exhausted. So, we must rely on supernatural power to improve qualitatively. Overall, it is easiest for us to feel exhausted from our talents. On the contrary, in the supernatural realm, it is easiest for us to achieve qualitative improvement because of the promise of 100-fold blessings. If you want to fully enter this field, it's best to focus on quality and not worry about quantity. Like I said, whether it's a song or a sermon, qualitative improvement must be related to the word inspiration. Romans 8 verse 14. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God.
Self-Inspire, awaken now your soul. Let the Holy Spirit show you just what to do. When we observe with our eyes and learn with our hearts, we'll make something new. Self-Inspire, the Lord will make you whole, for He rewards all your thinking through. Shortcomings may be blessings in disguise. Don't you give up. Trust me, you'll know it soon. Self-Inspire, the Lord will make you whole, for He rewards all your thinking through. Shortcomings may be blessings in disguise. Don't you give up. Trust me, you'll know it soon.